Are the Yankees moving on from Anthony Volpe? Is this it for him? Is 2025 his final year? Is he done? Is he going to another organization in 2026? You guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Do you think the Yankees are going to move on from Anthony Volpe? Let me know what you think. Now, according to Buster Olney, he reported that rival executives think Yankees are considering moving on from Anthony Volpe this offseason. Now, this year, Volpe, terrible season, hitting .206, 19 homers, 70 RBI with a .661 OPS. How can you have those kind of power numbers? How can you have 29 doubles, 19 homers? So between those two stats, that's what? 50 extra base hits, 48 extra base hits, and then 4 triples. He has a lot of extra base hits, yet has a .661 OPS. Don't even know how you could even attempt to do that. That's hard to do. Now, Volpe, over his last 28 days and 22 games, hitting 133, 383 OPS. Last 14 days, 11 games, hitting 200, 564 OPS. Then over his last week of play, 5 games, hitting a .118 with a 294 OPS. Before we get further into the video, though, here's a word from today's sponsor. I want to thank today's sponsor, SeatGeek. With football season finally here, I can't think of a better place to go get your tickets than on SeatGeek. Also, too, if you want to watch a Yankee game still, if you want to go see a concert, go to a festival, SeatGeek has you covered for that too. But if you're trying to get the most value out of your ticket, SeatGeek is very transparent with you and will help guide you to get the best value. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know if you're getting a good deal or not. Green means good, red means bad. Use code THESHIFT to get $20 off your first purchase. There will be a link in the description to download the app, and then when you download the app, my code will be automatically loaded up so you could use it to get $20 off your first purchase. Once again, that's code THESHIFT to get $20 off your first purchase. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring today's video. It's been a rough year. It's been a tough year for Anthony Volpe. A very inconsistent season. He'll come out, tear the cover off the baseball, then he'll stop. According to Buster Olney, like we said earlier, there are rival executives that believe the New York Yankees are going to eventually move on from Anthony Volpe. Now, Joel Sherman mentioned that Anthony Volpe could be benched. He predicts that Anthony Volpe will be benched in favor of Jose Caballero. Now, Caballero, major league leader in stolen bases. He could hold his own over there at short. Anthony Volpe, once upon a time, the reason why you kept him in that lineup, even though his bat has been awful since he's gotten into the league, you kept Anthony Volpe in there because he could play defense. Well, Anthony Volpe this year is a -8 outs above average. He's never had a negative outs above average in the major leagues. This year, he has a negative outs above average. His fielding run value is bad. His batting run value was bad. He's okay on the bases, but 16 stolen bases with 7 caught stealing. That was a big thing for him, too. Oh, he's a great base runner. Well, not this year. This year's been terrible for him. Now you're in year 3. Yes, he's 24, but you're in year 3 of Anthony Volpe. I think it's about time. It's about time to say, hey, change of scenery for you, buddy. That's what's best. Now, Derek Jeter talked about Anthony Volpe, and this is what Jeter had to say. I remember coming in struggling, getting booed at the stadium. That's just part of it. You just got to keep at it. You got to stay positive. Got to keep working. From everything I've seen, he's gotten a lot of support from his teammates and from the front office. That's a good sign. So you just got to go out there and try to be as consistent as possible. Well, listen, Jeter's my favorite player of all time. Him and Mariano, my 2 favorite players of all time. Jeter's first part of the quote, I remember coming in struggling and getting booed at the stadium. That's part of it. Yes, you got to keep at it. Yes, you got to stay positive. The thing is, this is year 3 of Anthony Volpe, and this is just the same crap that he's done in recent years. The same stuff. So when as an organization are you going to say enough is enough? It's time for a change. Now, what is that change? I don't know. But like I said, Anthony Volpe, 29 doubles, 4 triples, 19 homers, has a ton of extra base hits, yet has a 661 OPS. How the hell do you do that? How do you do that? I don't know. I mean, having those kinds of power numbers, yet his OPS is still piss poor. I guess you don't draw any walks. And that's his issue too. Only 1 walk over his last 22 games. If the Yankees are finished with Anthony Volpe after this season, it shouldn't shock you whatsoever. Now, is he the only problem with the Yankees? No, he's not the only issue. That bullpen sucks. That bullpen's terrible. The terrible bullpen. Cashman tried to address it at the deadline, goes and gets Jake Bird. Nasty stuff. The guy didn't even last a weekend on the roster before being sent down to AAA. Gets Duvall. He's been hot and cold. Gets Bednar. I love him. Right? I love Bednar. But I know 1 for 3 is good in baseball, but when it comes to just straight trades, well, 1 for 3 isn't good. He had to be 3 for 3. That's how bad this Yankee bullpen was. He had to be 3 for 3. And he went 1 for 3. And it sucks. It's out of his control at that point. His thing is to go and acquire talent and see if the talent is good enough. And unfortunately, it's not. Outside of Bednar, it's not. And they need Duvall. They need him to be good. And last night, at the time of recording this video, last night's game, the bullpen was terrible. I don't see Mark Leiter lasting much longer. I really don't. I wanted him to work out in the worst way. I just don't see it working out anymore. I don't see him lasting on the team. It's not good. It's not good when your bullpen performs that way, especially after the start that Will Warren gave you. It's not good. But back to the topic. Anthony Volpe. Should the Yankees, will the Yankees get rid of Anthony Volpe? Will they trade him? Will they move on from him this offseason? That's being floated around right now. Rival executives believe that could be the case for the young shortstop, the 24-year-old shortstop. That could be the case. And listen, we are in year 3 of this. We're in year 3, and it just looks like he's just regressing or not progressing, not developing like we thought he was going to as an offensive player. He's in year 3. And people want to throw his WAR around and say, no, he has one of the best WARs as a shortstop in the majors. Well, not this year. What the hell happened? What happened to this season? It's not good. It's not good. It's okay to move on from somebody if it's not working out. It's okay. It's fine. We'll see if the Yankee organization does that. Now, when your manager, who just doesn't seem to be on the same page with Aaron Judge, first of all, when it comes to Judge throwing and all that, but second of all, constantly going to bat for Anthony Volpe. Now, you have to. You're not going to expect Aaron Boone to just bash Anthony Volpe. You're not going to expect him to do that. But the numbers, the proof is in the pudding. It's year 3 of this. He's a career 221 hitter. He has a career 661 OPS. Almost 1,700 at-bats. Has a career 83 OPS plus. It's just not working. And you know what? That's okay. That's fine. It's fine to move on. We'll see what ends up happening, but according to Buster Olney, the feeling is rival executives believe the Yankees are going to move on from Anthony Volpe this offseason. We'll see if they really end up doing that. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is Joe, and until next time, signing out.